Eagles get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Rosen on 1st and 10. And Stills over the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, 74 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. The underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone.
At their own 37-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Push him back. Push him back.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the 16, Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Check. Watch 54. Man, I got you. Man.
On 3rd and short, Drake. Now Drake loses the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So we got man. 21. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, echo. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go.
Now Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Middle. 54, Mike's 54.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
It's going to be a long...
Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 35 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rosen. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys.
But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Rosen. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now this throw caught left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
White.
2nd and 9 now. Rolling to his right. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. 180! Watch the slant. Check 99. Say hot.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Hey, box truck. Mike, check.
Here we go on fourth down with Rosen. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a second and long.
Here we go. 180. White. Cut.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Here we go. 180. 55. Here we go, D.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Garoppolo now. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 38.
Watch his flat. Watch the
It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Rosen. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. It's complete. Stills. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Any of them.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D Ford picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now it's Rosen. And that is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 46. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman, 53 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. On first down, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
To throw again on second down. Rosen. Now he'll let it go deep right. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin, 41 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2.
Hey, come on now.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 22. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
21.
Now this time he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Hey, come on. Watching you five. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Charles Harris able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo, and he's going to go down again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He'll field this at the 5. give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm going to run you over.
Now Rosen on first down, eluding the pressure right. And Stills bringing it in. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now he steps away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go. What do you need? Check 55 to Mike. Switch up. 12.
Garoppolo on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Powers through. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
21.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Month's 56. It's been a long day for you.
Rosen on 1st and 10. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Oh, eluding the tackle. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Niners on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Garoppolo. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeForest Buckner coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.
Yeah. jumping up and down.